My name is Emily, and I just went to KCON last week, so today's Sunday, last Sunday, and Saturday. So anyways, this is my BTS story for you guys. I'm a really big BTS fan. Anyway, so this whole commentary is just gonna be about BTS, what happened when I went to KCON on Sunday for BTS. I'm not gonna talk about any other celebrities or any other K-pop artists, like, or anybody else. This is all BTS, okay? Alright, so I got a BTS high touch because I bought a P1 ticket for Sunday, and I didn't get BTS at first. I got a high touch for Spica, and I was like, who the hell is Spica? So I knew they were a girl group, and I've seen pictures of them, but I just don't know who they are, and I've never listened to any of their songs. So right after I got my ticket, after waiting for like 7 hours, after I got my ticket, I was standing there and I was like, literally for like 30-45 minutes, I was like, does anybody want to trade, you know, for a BTS high touch, because I have Spica and I want BTS. Does anybody want to trade? Anybody need to trade anybody? And I was standing there for about, yeah, it's about 30 minutes, and it was just so frustrating because people were like, no, like, I'm not a big fan of Spica, and I felt kind of bad because a lot of people had Spica high touch also, and then we were all like, all of us, there's probably like 5 or 6 of us, and we were all trying to like find other people to trade with. So anyways, that was, I felt kind of bad for that.
But then when I went to the concert to see Spica perform, I was actually really surprised how good Spica was. And so yeah, they definitely have me fangirl for Spica. Spica's actually really cool. I really love Bella. She's really pretty and awesome. Her vocals are amazing. I have a low voice for a girl. So does she. That was amazing. Like, and she raps too. Like, that's just so dope. Like, oh, I can't even explain it.
Anyways, so back to BTS. What happened was, I didn't get a BTS high touch. I got Spica, and I stood there for about 30-45 minutes, and this girl came, and I was like, can I switch you, you know, like, who do you have? And she was like, well, I don't know, you know, I'm just getting this P1 ticket for somebody else. And then I was like, okay, so who is it though, you know, like, is it a guy, a girl? And she was like, it's a guy. And I was like, oh, you know, then I have Spica. Spica's a girl group, so he might like a girl group more, like, that's probably why he's here, you know. And then she was like, oh, okay, you know. So then she scratched her card and she got a high touch with VIX. And so I was like, cool. Man, I have this whole like other story about the high touch in the fan engagement for VIX.
Because I felt so bad because everybody that was waiting in line, P1 and P2, like, it sucked. Because VIX's artist engagement is at 11, and a lot of people are still getting in line to find out what artist engagement they got. So if you got VIX and it's like 11:30, like, you literally just like missed them. And so it sucked. Like, that's probably like the thing that I hated the most from KCON was like, what's the point of having the artist engagement like so early when people haven't even obtained their ticket to see whoever they want to see yet, you know? That was really dumb.
But anyway, so this girl got VIX, and I switched her with Spica, so I got VIX, and this is like 10:50, so VIX is gonna come out in like 10 minutes. And I was like, what the heck? And so I was literally standing at the front of, like, at the very front of the line where people were like, right when they get their stuff for P1, like, I was just like, who do you have? Scratch your cards right now, let me see who it is. And this white girl came, and she, like, I was like, do you want to, you know, do you want to trade? And she was like, oh, what do you mean trade? And I was like, you know, scratch your cards to see if you have like an artist engagement with anybody, you know. And then she was like, oh, who are you looking for? And I was like, who are you looking for? And then she was like, oh, I really want VIX, you know. And then I was like, oh, well, I have VIX, you know. I didn't tell her I had VIX, but I was like, oh, I have VIX. So I was like, okay, well, you know, scratch your card and we'll see who you have. And she scratches her card and she goes, oh, I have like a BTS high touch. I don't know who they are though. And I was like, and she was like, yeah, is that who you wanted? And I was like, yes. And then she was like, well, who do you have? And I was like, I have VIX. And so I was like, perfect. And so I switched her. And then I was like, girl, you gotta leave right now. And then she was like, well, why? You know. And I was like, you gotta leave to go see VIX, you know. And then she was like, okay, you know, like she didn't understand. I was like, girl, just look at your artist engagement card thing that they handed out to us. You'll understand why I'm telling you to leave right now. They're gonna be about, you know, they're gonna be on stage in like 10 minutes, go. And so she didn't really, I guess she didn't really process that. She was just like excited that, dang, you know, I finally got my P1 ticket. Anyways, that was the story of how I got BTS High Touch. I switched twice and to get BTS High Touch, and then I got it because that's the only reason. I was so pissed. I was like, I'm gonna be so pissed if I don't get a BTS High Touch or any kind of artist engagement with BTS, because that's the only reason why I bought P1 tickets. And so I got it. Sunday was BTS High Touch at 11 a.m. and so it was awesome because I didn't think I was gonna shake as much as I did when I saw them, because I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna see them. Yeah, I'm gonna see them. And for some reason it just didn't hit me that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna see them. And so what happened was, I literally, like, when I had my camera out, you know, like this camera that I'm recording on, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna take a picture of everybody. Wow, everybody's kind of going crazy, whatever. Like, I'm excited too, I'm kind of nervous, I don't know what to expect. And then, like, J-Hope comes out, and then the rest of BTS like follows him out onto the stage, and then I just lost it. Like, I was like, oh, like, I even just think about it now, I get so jittery. Like, J-Hope comes out onto the stage, and everybody's just like, oh, you know, it was ridiculous. Like, I literally did not think I was gonna shake that much. But anyways, like, I didn't know that I had friends that were waiting outside the gate that took pictures and videos of me, like, shaking hands with them. So I was like, oh, you gotta give me that footage, because it was so dope.
You know, I literally thought, you know, like, I'm not gonna be able to record this sucks, nobody's gonna see me, and like, nobody's gonna remember that I did this. I'm gonna remember that I did this, but nobody else is gonna witness it. Oh, so sad. But no, people caught on camera. Thank you, Twitter people and friends. So anyways, yeah, so what happened was,
the High Touch. So when it was my turn, okay, so the first person that I shook hands with was V. But, okay, so this was my idea before I went on stage. I was like, I'm gonna shake with the left, and then I'm gonna cup over with the right, so I could touch them with both hands. Okay, so then I went, and then I did that with everybody, but the first person was V, and V was super, like, calm. He was just like, you know, and he just literally, like, shook your hand and smiled, you know, and, like,
I felt like he was really tired, or he was just kind of, like, awkward in a way, because, like, you know, like, in the, like, Bangtan Bomb videos, like, you see him all, like, super funny and, like, out there, you know, and which he was later, but, like, during the High Touch, he was very, like, reserved and just smiling. You know, I just thought he was gonna be more like, oh, hello, hi, you know, or something, or just like, haha, you know, like, more giddy, I guess. I don't know, that was really weird. It was really weird to see V like that, I guess. I don't know, but V was cool. I didn't say much to him though. I think I just said, hi, V, like, I think that's all I said to him. Like, I shook his hand, I was like, hi, V. That was it, so. I don't know, I was just thinking about when I was gonna say Rat Monster.
Anyway, so the next person was Suga, and then, oh my gosh, I have so many Suga stories. Like, man, if I didn't tell you already, oh my gosh, I have such a good ass Suga story later on after this. So anyways, but Suga, like, he was such a sweetheart. Like, oh my gosh, Suga is my second bias. Like, him and Jimin are like, it's a battle between them two in my head. But Suga is my second bias, and I shook his hand, and then I was like, Suga, I love you. And I just, like, that morning before I went to KCON, I just heard Let Me Know, which was released like the day before on Saturday already, so I didn't know. So then I said, Suga, I love you, and I love the song that you just released, and it's so dope, you know. And he was just like, oh, you know, he kind of looked at me like, oh, you know, he's paying attention about what I'm saying, and he goes, oh, you know, he's like, oh, thank you, you know. And I was like, oh my god, because literally, like, I'm holding his hand, right, like this, his right hand, and he has his left hand available, you know. So he was just like, oh, thank you, you know. And I was like, oh.
Oh, Suga. Oh, he was so fine though. Like, he was so beautiful. I don't even know how to explain it. He was really beautiful.
Then there was Jin. Jin is like literally the most beautiful. Like, for me, Jin is not any, like, it's hard for me to choose bias in BTS, and I haven't picked where I want to put Jin yet. So it was really weird because when I saw him, he was really beautiful. And like everybody always says, you know, that Jin's the princess and that Jin is the beautiful one. And I was like personally, before I met BTS, I was like, why do they always say that? Because I don't think that Jin is the most good looking, although he is good looking. But no, you will change your mind when you see them in person, because Jin is very beautiful. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, super symmetrically perfect. Like, I was so surprised of how beautiful he was.
Like I could see that he had makeup on. Like, they all had makeup on, but I was like, man, his makeup is flawless. And he just has that natural, you know, beautiful dog bone smile and eyes. Ooh, man, he's a killer with them eyes, though. I was just like, damn.
Anyways, so I held his hand, and I was like, Jin, I love you. I was like, you're so beautiful. And he was just like, oh, thank you. You know, he put his hand up to his face. He was like, oh, thank you, you know, and I was like, do not.
He's so beautiful. I didn't know what else to say to Jin, though, because he was, literally when I saw him, I just couldn't stop looking at him. Like, I was like, damn, you is a fine-ass brother. But before that, Suga is the whitest brother out of all of them. And he does say that he's, like, the most pale. I didn't really see that. You don't really see that kind of quality, I guess, on camera. But that brother in real life is super, super white. I cannot believe that. He was hella white.
But anyway, so then after Jin was Jungkook. And for me, I was kind of disappointed when I met Jungkook. I mean, I was happy that I met Jungkook, but I was like,
I thought he was going to be more outgoing. I guess the same thing with V. I thought he was going to be more like, hi, you know, like, cute, you know, laughing. You know, he has this, like, adorable, cute smile. And I was like, he was literally, like, you could tell when somebody's, like, faking a smile. I felt like he was kind of doing that. I don't know, but it was just more like a reserved smile. He was just real reserved, and, you know, he was just kind of like,
you know, like, you know, and I was just like, oh, I was expecting more from the golden matinee, come on. But it was good though. I was like, Jungkook, you're so awesome, and I think that's all I said to him.
Because when I said something to Suga, then it kind of, I think they were trying to hurry people up too, because when I said that thing to Suga, like, it was a little bit longer, so, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, I didn't say anything really to Jungkook. I think I just said, Jungkook, you're so awesome, or I think Jungkook, you're beautiful, or something like that, and then he was just like, you know, so I was like, man, I was hoping more out of him. It's not me, like, him, but, no, you know, so I was like, okay, whatever.
But anyways, next to him was a rat monster, which is my first bias. Like, oh.
Rat monster's so white. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm like feeling all kinds of ways. So anyways, okay.
Rat monster. So he has such big hands. He really does. Like, and it's because he's 6 feet. He's like 5'9", or like literally like no, he's not 5'9". I think he's like literally almost 6 feet tall, and he's just wow. I was like, wow. When I grabbed his hand, like his whole hand was like whoa over mine. So I mean, I'm pretty small. I'm only 5'1", you know. So I was like, but I grabbed his hand and then I cupped over the next, you know, with my right hand, and basically like it was ridiculous. Like I was so speechless. Like I was thinking about what I was gonna say to him, because I was like, okay, I really love Rat Monster. Rat Monster's so dope, and like his birthday's in September, so I'm not gonna see him in September, you know, because it's August, and so September 12th, baby. And I was like, you know, like what should I say? So that's exactly what I said to him. So when I saw him, I was like, Rat Monster! Like, oh my gosh, my cheekbones are so high. Like I was like, Rat Monster, I love you. You're so dope, and happy early birthday. And then he was just like, ha. He's like, ha, thanks. And I was like, let's just take a moment. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Because when he said ha, thanks, his dimple popped out. I can't even explain it. I'm just feeling all types of ways for Rat Monster right now. Because like I was not expecting him to like
I thought he was gonna be like, you know, like, oh, okay, thanks, you know. He was like, you know, like, stuff his head back, thanks. And I was like, that's it, I believe it.
But no, the next best thing came next. So then it was Jimin. So Jimin was after Rat Monster, and I grabbed Jimin's hand, and I like, Jimin is my second bias too. Okay, so I was like, what the heck am I supposed to say Jimin? I was just so wrapped up with Rat Monster that I couldn't even, like, I didn't know what to say to Jimin. And so I was like super tongue-tied. I was like, Jimin! I was like, Jimin! I love you! You're so beautiful! You know, and he was just like, okay, you know, like, he didn't say anything. He just kind of like smiled. He was like, you know, like laughing at me a little bit. And I was like, oh. man, the struggle is so real. But anyway, so this is the best thing that ever happened though. After Jimin was J-Hope, okay? And when I shook Jimin's hand, I shook him like this, you know, and I cupped over the right, and then I was letting go so that I can let go and go to J-Hope. But no, as I was holding Jimin and I let go, J-Hope grabbed my other hand. So that was like, oh my god, I can't even explain it. Like, it was pure awesomeness because I was like, what? Oh my gosh, like, I think it hit me. I took a moment because I was looking at both of them, like, literally like this. Like, you know, like, Jimin, J-Hope. Like, I got Jimin in my left hand and J-Hope in my right hand. And J-Hope's holding my hand like a woman, you know, like a girl. So I was like, oh. And then Jimin lets go, and then I like cup over with J-Hope, and I was just like, J-Hope, I love you, you're so awesome. And he was just like, oh, you know. And then I had to leave the stage. And
so literally right after I got off the stage, I was like, I can't believe that just happened. Like, I felt like that was like the best thing ever. Oh my gosh, KCON is so awesome for having those kinds of artist engagements available, which is only available in like other countries. It's not even available in the US because they don't do that with this artist. And I can't even explain it, man. It was just so good. I was on such a big high.
Anyways, yeah, so that was basically the high touch. So when I got off, I literally, like, I didn't, okay, yes I did, I cried. So I went and I was literally back there by myself, and I was just like, I can't believe nobody was here to enjoy this moment with me, with BTS, my biased group. And then I got my camera out, and I put it in my video of how the after effect of how I felt, so I just put it again. Oh my gosh. I just